If you are thinking about getting Silvia, please do not do what I did. Do not buy the... Hello and welcome back. We have some really fun project for us this afternoon. So we are going to install PID on my Rancilio Silvia I just got recently. So let's take a look at PID. I got this PID from Auber PID. I think they make the best PID there. So here's a control box. This solid state relay. So we got some cables there. A heat sink paste, some wire. So let's get going. Okay, we are going to start with remove the water tank. Once we remove the water tank, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and then remove the top. Make sure do not lose the screws there. And then once remove it, just remove the top here. Once we remove the top, these 2 screws right there, we got 1 and 2. Make sure do not lose that clip, the screw clip as well. Do not lose that, okay? Once we remove the screws right there, and there, we are going to lose, not to remove, we are going to lose the screw on the bottom. You see that right there? So that's the way we're going to lose. Make sure you use the long screwdriver to loosen the back. So now you can actually pop the back out easily. Okay. Once we remove the back panel, and they've got 2 screws there, we are going to remove that. Once we have the solid state relay, we are going to use first hole. Okay, make sure before that we are going to apply thermal paste on the bottom. Now we apply the thermal paste, and now we can install in the first screw hole. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to put the washer and screw, go from the bottom, and then we are going to go like this, tighten, and put the screws on the top, okay? So let's do it. So now look something like this, okay? Just make sure you are going to turn it so we can actually apply all the cable. So you are going to have some space between. Once solid state relay is installed, we just follow the directions. They lay out pretty easily. So we got black cable, we got red there. We have the blue and red and white and red. So next we're going to do is we are going to remove the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so there are thermostats. For the red dot represent the brew, and this one is the steam. So we are going to remove the 4 clips. Just in case, I'm just going to mark it as for steam. I think I'm going to write down B for the brew thermostats. So just in case, we are keep track of which clip we are taking out. Now remove all 4 clips here. So now, by the way, again, so this is the brew side and steam side. So brew side of the red cable here, I'm going to connect it to the brew side cable. So now brew side cables connect to the brew side cable here, and make sure the black side is the steam side connected to the steam cable. So now, as you can see, I have a brew side and steam side cables is all relayed properly. So let's recap this. So I got the steam side and brew side cable. I went through the side here and then go over to the relay. So now we are going to take yellow and green cable. And then we are going to unplug that, plug back in. This is kind of like extender, I guess. So we will plug that back in, and then we are going to plug the green wire back into the top. Now we are going to put the wire here, clip on, and after that we are going to piggyback the green wire. Once it's done, look something like this. So next we are going to install thermostats. And then we are going to move 2 brackets right there, 1 and 2. So we are going to remove to install the new thermostats installation. Okay, before we install the new thermostats, just make sure clean out the old thermal paste. Okay, with paper towel. Before we put the thermostat on it. Make sure put the thermal paste before we apply to the new thermostat to a new location, like so. So now we install the thermostat. Just make sure take your time to installing the new thermostat. It took me a little while. Actually, it took me about 10 minutes to kind of like wiggle around to get the thermostat installed. So make sure take your time. So once we got the thermostat installed, next step is we are going to the main power switch and connect to the control panel. So we are going to piggyback the brown wire, the power right there, and then we are going to do the same thing for the black wire for the right side. As you can see, brown wire goes to the left and black goes to the right, and then we just simply put back original wire to the piggyback. So now we finish with the piggyback the power switch to the control panel. The next step is we are going to remove the right side, the white cable to the blue power button, and then we just remove that, and then we're just going to install this green, the relay cable to control panel. Now we are going to remove the brewing cable. I just like to write down things, and then we are going to plug in this cable, this control cable box to the brew cable, like so. We got all the wires connected, so we should have all 10 cables. Okay, actually 9 cables plus one ground wire. Okay, it's all fit into that space right there. Okay, and then coming out in the other side, and the ground wire is going to install on your back of your cable box. Okay. Now we got all the 10 cables fit into the space right there, and the only thing we got left to do is connect it into the control panel, and then let's not forget the ground wire, the back of your control panel as well. So let's get going. Now we are going to fit in from the bottom and then fit into the control box there, and then come out something like this. Okay. So once we fit in the cable, fit into the control box, from there,
the 9 cables.
and then all 9 cables, and then we are going to put the ground wire install on the cable box somewhere. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we are going to use a jumper cable. It is easier to just make sure, I can show you the better angle there, make sure twist it, like so. It's going into the control box easily, okay? Do that with both black and white.
Go.
So the reason we want to twist it, okay, my buddy's going to put it in for you right now. Just go in there just like that. Okay, now I go in there nice and easy. That's it. Just make sure follow the wire diagram. As you can see, got the 6 through 10. Other side is 1 through 5. Okay, just make sure if you follow with the chart, you should be. It's not too bad. It's a pretty easy process. Now we got all the wires connected, and except one thing left is the ground wire. We're going to attach that to the back of the control box. So now everything is all put together now with all the wires in the right spot, and then we just install the ground wire to the control box. And then one thing left is we are going to clean top up with alcohol swab, and then just stick it in, and we should be good to go. So look like we are almost done. We just finished with the cable management here. Everything is all checked. And then one thing left to do is I'm going to put everything back together, and hopefully it works. Let's talk about PID installation on Rancilio Silvia. So overall, the experience was great. Okay, the manual they give us about 26 pages. If you are thinking about installing PID on your Rancilio Silvia, make sure read page by page. Okay, sometimes they skip the page. Sometimes whenever you read it, manual does not any make sense, but following page makes sense. So what I done was I follow page by page on instruction. making the video. So, I mean, if you guys are thinking about doing it, just make sure read it first and then watch my video. It's gonna make sense to you. So, the fact is, it took us about 2 hours to also me and my buddy, he's also a computer technician as well. So we got 2 computer tech work on this machine, okay? Took me 2 hours. And then looking back, if you done a couple more times, I think we could have done it in about 10 minutes, okay? So this is not a hard process, but it's just a little, again, read it. But I think this video is definitely going to help you, kind of like, you don't have to second guess it anymore. So pretty good, okay? And then, so let me show you. Turn the power on. So now it's reading the temperature. So right now the internal boiler temperature is 78. And then the temperature should go up. Okay, so as you can see there, it's starting to going up. It's gonna, once you're going out, it's gonna go up pretty fast. So by the way, this button here, blue button, is no longer works, okay? Because that button is controlled by this button right there. So, yeah, we are going to just start this. Did you say like 2.5 seconds? You just saw earlier, there's 2.5 second pre-infusion. They're gonna wait another 2 seconds. So I set it at 30-second shot. It's not what I thought it would be, because I thought if I'm gonna press this button to turn on, but it's now all the PID is controlled by, all the brewing function is controlled by this, okay? If you are thinking about getting Silvia, please do not do what I did. Do not buy the PID separately. Just pay extra $100. I think Seattle Coffee Gear has the PID built in already, because what? I save about $100, that's it. So with $100, it's not worth your headache, okay? I'm looking back, it is easy, but I mean, I fix computer for a living. So for me, it was a lot of time, okay? Since we're only gonna install once, but if you're not gonna planning on doing that, yeah, just spend extra $100. Just buy the pre-built, okay? Just buy it, okay? Just buy the machine with PID built in. Save you a lot of headache. I just avoid the warranty on this one. So make sure you're gonna keep the warranty. And so at this point, if you want to buy Espresso machine around $1,000, I think this is pretty good option as well, okay? If you're planning on going up to $1,500 and up, we got dual boiler for Bravo is fantastic. Barista, not the Barista, Rancilio Silvia Pro is also dual boiler as well. That's also fantastic as well. So again, you have options. But if I were you, I mean, if you are thinking about buying the machine, Silvia, just go with PID built in. Okay, save you a lot of headache.